Them gang members shouldn't have been at that party. You're reading it right. But before we get into that, excuse the work shirt. A baby just threw up on me twice. Look, this is the last video I'm going to make about the Stockton incident, and we're going to move on. And this was based on one of the comments. I was actually going to do this video yesterday, but I got caught up doing other stuff. For the most part, y'all was sending y'all condolences and respects and prayers and, stuff like that. And then there was a few comments that was basically like they shouldn't have been there, and just basically like the undertone was like, oh well, like that's what happens. And I gotta reiterate once again that that's not what happens. You know what I mean? This is the reason why it's national news, is because it's really not that normal. There is stuff that happens from time to time, but nothing like this. Me and the homie was talking, and we was talking about the A. Trey Hoover Day. And the difference, somebody doing something at an event like that is, that it's probably 96%, gang members at an event like that. It's 12 o'clock at night. Shouldn't be no kids there. You know what I mean? Everybody is involved to some capacity. And the 3-4% that's not members is probably somebody girl. You know what I mean? They just brought their girl. They mess with her, but she don't bang. You know what I mean? But for the most part, if you ask something like that, you a gang member. So if somebody walk up in there in an event like that and get cracking, that's way different than the 2-year-old's birthday party. Now, let me get back to the, them gang members shouldn't have been there. Y'all got to pick, because on one hand, y'all be saying that people need to stop doing this and stop doing that and get a job and all this type of stuff. And then you see a gang member, alleged gang member, being there for his kid. Yes, if your friends is other gang members, they're gonna be invited. So you basically saying they shouldn't be able to come to the party. They shouldn't be able to do nothing but just gangbang all day. So if I have a kid and some of my close friends who just happen to be gang members, they can't come, they can't bring presents, they can't bring their kids, because gang members have kids. They can't bring their kids to come play with my kid because we gang members. I don't understand how you rationalize that. And there was a few, the majority from what I'm hearing wasn't gang members. It wasn't a gang member party. You know what I mean? It's a family event. Now, should they have had that in the North, knowing that that's, obviously we don't know who did what, but I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't be smart for me to go have a kid's party in the Brims. You know what I'm saying? That just wouldn't be smart. Somebody may or may not care about that. They're gonna be like, oh, it's the niggas is there. You know what I mean? And it's in the set. And vice versa. However, if you was gonna do what you was gonna do, everybody know in the streets, homie, how to go about stuff like that. And I spoke to the homie, and he's like, man, it's a store right there. So if you in the streets and you pull up to an event, at some point somebody gonna go to the store. As a matter of fact, people gonna be going back and forth to the store, getting more bottles, getting more chaser, you got the munchies, getting wraps. Oh, we ran out of wraps. People want to smoke. You might, I don't know, you might be going over there to get some snacks. There might be some snacks there that's not at the party. Whatever the case is, people going to be going back and forth to that store. That's when you do your thing. People going to be pulling up late to the party. People going to be leaving the party early. You supposed to get on one of them cars and get your man. There was absolutely zero excuse for that. Now, like I said, I understand it was other incidents that had happened. Dude from the north was unalived with his kid in the car. You know what I mean? Some months back or last year or something like that. A dude from Flyboys, when he passed away, they had a candlelight and people hit the candlelight up. 3 women was hit. 3 women in their 40s that had nothing to do with nothing. Now, they may not have known that it's nighttime. You know, there's family members out there. You walk up, get cracking. You see dudes out there, whatever the case is. I'm just saying. So it's been incidences going back and forth out there like this to where somebody may feel like, hey, man, the gloves is off. And that's how a lot of people feel. But I'm going to tell you something. The gloves ain't never off when you go in that system. You going to have your homies in your hood playing basketball on the S&Y yard when we get done with you. And I'm saying we as in the good peoples, as Braves would say. He even said it like, hey, somebody come here with that. One of them come here is bad for him. I don't even think they will make it that far. I think they're going to get treated in the county. If, you know, they happen to get captured. And then I seen somebody else in the comments say Stockton played different or whatever the case. Hey, man, don't nobody play different when it comes to that system. First of all, it's a lot of people from Stockton that's not feeling that. So let's not put that on the whole Stockton as if they all condone that. But I'm just saying, if anybody was to think that they was bigger than the program and you think you're going to hit that yard and just because you from this city, that's just how we get down and it's cool. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, homie. That's not cool. And like I said, oh boy, I said what I said about him. You basically telling your homies it's okay to be a PC because that's what's going to happen to you if you condone that type of behavior. But I also wanted to, I had left this out of my last video and I don't want to make it seem like, because this goes on from city to city every now and then, every blue moon, something to happen. But it's usually more so an accident. But I can tell you 2 incidences that happened out here that I could think of off the top of my head. Y'all from Dago, y'all gonna remember. And y'all might have some more incidences in the comments. Y'all gonna be like, oh, and then this happened and this happened. I'm just naming these 2. One was around 2020 or 2021. And I remember seeing the report on the internet or something. I don't know if Dago TV posted it. Somebody, you know, basically, I think it was a dude, and I ended up asking the homie, and he had told me who he was, and I think he was from Skyline, and I believe he was on Black Oak, one of their streets, right off Meadowbrook, one of their main, and I think he was walking over there, and I think he was with his son, and I think it was broad daylight, and somebody bounced out on him and gunned him down in front of his son. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all know, you know, my peoples will let me know what that was about. But yeah, I had asked the homie and he was like, oh yeah, that was, and he said his name. So I can't act like it ain't happened out here. Also, a lot of people remember this was big back in this 21 years ago, 2004. I was locked up. I was in juvenile hall / Campo. When the big homie, Cool E, and Tonetta, my auntie Tonetta, when they had their wedding on Groveland, which was an area that used to be, you could say the set, Ghost Town's neighborhood. They just on the other side of Euclid. They sandwiched in between south of Emerald Hills, north of Lincoln Park, and west of Encanto, Skyline, O'Farrell, whatever. You from Dago, you know. I'm explaining this for the people who don't know. They had a wedding reception. They was at the house right there. It was a very well-known Crip spot. And by that time, it wasn't, Ghost Town was already defunct, but everybody was in that area. Like I said, you got the Damus, they lived all around there, and it might have been some more Crips. It was some more Crips around the corner on Castana. They know good now. Y'all know who I'm talking about, the brothers. And then that house. So it was a lot of stuff that used to go on over there, and it was very active at that time. and they was having, the little after thing at the house, and it was a lot of members out there, but it was a lot of kids and women out there. It was probably majority members outside, but there was women out there that had nothing to do with it, and there was kids out there. They got cracking on them, and out of everybody, 2 women got hit. The homie mom, rest in peace. She didn't die from that. She passed away years later from something else. Rest in peace to her. And then the other homegirl got hit. They both survived that. But I'm just saying, let me not act like it ain't happened out here. It's happened everywhere, but it's far and few in between when the innocent get hit like that. But this was just different because it was more like, it was like premeditated. Like, I'm about to go up in this motherfucker, and I'm finna just get cracking. Like, it seemed like that was the plan. Like, just massacre this whole party. And that's why it ain't cool, man. Because it's not like you was trying to hit something else and then it was, I mean, it's never cool when the innocent get hit, but it's one thing when it's not intentional, and it's one thing when it's deliberate, and it's another thing when people is double down and laughing and saying we condone that. That's the disgusting part about it. But I just wanted to address that comment right there, man. Gang members is going to have normal lives too, homie. You can't stop that. Yeah, it's a 2-year-old party, but half them dudes probably call that little girl they niece. You know what I mean? Like, you know how it be in the hood. Like, oh, that's my niece, and she gonna grow up calling them uncle, whatever the case is, homie. So that wasn't that. Like, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop it sometime. And I can tell who, like I said, who the squares are when they come in the comments and they make comments like that. It's like, come on, bro. You can't stop that. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You know how many shootouts and stuff didn't happen at Six Flags and all these places where it's civilians, but it's gang members there too. But like, we can't live a normal life. Niggas ran into each other at the mall and stuff happened. Like, come on, bro. Like, but yeah, man, that's my video. I just wanted to hit y'all with that. I'm coming with another one tomorrow for sure, because I got to get on that topic tomorrow. It's kind of been circulating. A few people spoke on it. We're going to get on it. But yeah, man, that's my video. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I'm out.